Okay, part 2 of Photobucket. Let's start by minimizing our video capture. This is continuing on this page here. It's showing me my main page of Photobucket. And this is what someone else would see if you give them this link. And if you look at the top, and I'm hoping that you can see this link on your computer, and there's a good chance you will not. And I believe that Windows, it's one of the things I don't like about Windows, is I believe Windows hides the URL on your screen. And it won't show it to you unless you set it up at the top that it shows. So I don't know if you've got that or not, and maybe you and Barbara will figure it out. But I highly recommend that you find it's just a matter of clicking at the top to let it show that HTTP link. And what it allows for me, it allows me to see where I am on the internet. I get confused if I don't know where I am. So to me it's a benefit to be able to see the URL and see, where I need to go to. It also means I can easily get to it and copy and paste it out to something else. And so in this case, for example, this is the first thing we would copy and paste out. So if you can't show you URL, you can copy and paste it out. And I want to get off on a little rant here. I kind of think that Windows is kind of like General Motors. It's the big company that's making it, obviously, in the computer world, but I think it's kind of getting big and fat and bloated, and I have a feeling that Windows will only get bigger and fatter and more bloated in future. And so the days of a nice simple computer program is kind of like the Model T Ford. I think those days are kind of fast disappearing. And you and I know that even Model A's, that's complicated enough for me to handle. I can get under the hood of one and figure it out a little bit, but I don't really like getting under the hood of a modern vehicle because it's way too complicated. And my personal opinion is that I think cars got too complicated the day that they hid the choke button on the dash and they made the automatic choke, and I don't know who to blame for it, but maybe we'll blame General Motors. And they hid it and made it automatic. And my personal opinion is that's when cars had went too far. I think every car should have a manual choke button right on the dash, and it's so easy. You pull that lever and you set your choke. I have fought with automatic chokes all my life, especially on my Datsun, and it's just trying to make it too automatic, too easy, and I don't think it should be that way. So my personal opinion is that's when cars got too complicated. And I'm sure there's other guys who have other dates in the sand where they said, maybe one guy said when they started putting fins on the back of a car and pretending it was a rocket ship, that's where they crossed the line. But on the other hand, I bet there's some old guy out there who says, no, they crossed the line when they decided that I didn't have to wear goggles anymore, and they just put this thing called a windshield in front of my face, and it took all the fun away, the wind in your hair and the bugs in your teeth, and that's where it is. But for me, it's the choke. And with Windows, it's when they hid the URL. I don't think they should hide the URL at the top. So you've got to get a way to get it back. And the first thing we would do with this URL, if you look where I'm going to click, and I'm going to copy and paste it. So I'm going to hold down my left mouse button, you know the system. I go like that. And by the way, you see that even if I've only copied that much. See, now if I go Edit, select all, and watch the little part that's blue at the top, it'll now select the whole sentence. Didn't take the whole page because it's smart enough to know I'm just in the URL box. But sometimes when you're dragging your mouse around, it's hard to get the entire link. And when we go to an actual picture in Photobucket, you'll see how long the link is. It's so long you can't even see where it ends. So the select all is a really good thing. So now we go Edit, Copy. And where we want to copy that out, you'd want to copy it out somewhere into a file of your links or all your phone numbers or everything you have, but some sort of a folder or a file. I'm going to go down here to show my desktop. I'll go into Tom November 9, which is your email. Go to the bottom of it, and hit a bunch of stuff. Just that there. And, oh. I made a mistake already, so we'll just try it again. We'll go Edit, Copy. Now you see at the bottom of my page where I am there, you see at the bottom I got thumbnails. That's actually a folder I'm in. That's where the video capture thing is, so I'm keeping that there. Then I have the video capture program. I have pictures, which is our Photobucket, where we are right here. And then I've got the email one. So I'm going to click at the bottom on the email. And now I'll go Edit, Paste. And there we go. What I'm going to send you in an email here later on. Whoops. And that's the start of my email to you that I'll write. But what I would suggest for you is to put that, copy it into some folder, some file. And in my case here, I got another, see on this one over here, email addresses, where I put all my phone numbers and email addresses. If I 4-second memory and can't remember anything, I'll say Kev, here is the link to my new shared Photobucket album with Tom. Of course, my password will soon be written in there, but I don't dare show that over the open internet. But I'd suggest you do something like that if you don't already have a list of where you put links, because the guy soon forgets. I always put lines over top of it so that I don't separate from the last one. And we go File, Save. So this, if you copy and paste that out, you can send that to anybody and say, here's all my pictures on Photobucket, browse through it, and find a picture, whatever it is. You don't have to give them anything more than that. The person themselves can browse around and look at it. Okay, I think that'll be end of part 2.